Hello, this is Dave with Permian Homes, along with Operation Finally Home and the Permian Basin Home Builders Association. We are building and giving away a home to a wounded vet right here in Odessa. The family's name is the Cox family, and over the next few months you will see the progress of the home and get to know them. So please enjoy Operation Finally Home.
Thank you for having me. I'm Dan Vargas. I'm 20 years retired United States Air Force. I'm the Executive Director of Operation Finally Home. We build 100% mortgage-free homes for wounded veterans and the widows of the fallen all around the country, 100% mortgage-free. How our program works is we are complete a 100% 501(c), so everything we raise is by donations. And we team up with builders associations, developers, contractors, sub-developers on getting as much as we can donated for these projects that we can give these homes to these families 100% free because we feel they've earned them on the battlefield.
We are blessed to have a beautiful family here, the Cox family. I was going to just introduce a little bit of the family to y'all so you can kind of get to know them a little bit. We have Sergeant Ross Cox and with his wife, Nicole. We have their 4 children. They have 2 daughters, Peyton and Hope, and 2 sons, Brendan and Asher. Yeah, I said your name. Cox family, Team Cox. We brought y'all here not to interview you. We brought y'all here because as you look out in this crowd, we are a group of builders, a group of drywallers, framers, city officials, and we are here to build you a custom mortgage-free home. Out there are, as I mentioned, drywallers, building officials. We don't know what war is like, but as Dan Waller said, we do know how to build homes. And we're so grateful. This might feel like a really huge gift, but we see our brothers and sisters, our fellow servicemen and women going off to war for us, for our rights, for our freedoms. And we are grateful for the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service, and welcome to our community.
See this guy cry.
So I've been asking Dan for the last couple of weeks, it's like, hey, how many people we're going up against? And he's like, hey, I can't tell you that. And I'm like, okay, because he said we're going to be interviewed with several other families, and then we get to Odessa. We've prayerfully considered Odessa for a long time. Or not Odessa, but Midland. Midland, Odessa. Whenever I first got hurt, I was in the hospital for from November 15th to right before Christmas. I got out of the hospital right before Christmas, and after I got out of the hospital, I was in a wheelchair for 6 weeks because I was non-weight bearing on my right leg, and I just couldn't walk. And right now, we've been in our life has been in turmoil. Our family's been torn up, and currently we're in a 3-bedroom apartment, and you know, sometimes I have to walk around on my knees to get something done. And it's pretty humiliating for this guy. It's not what I ever imagined. This isn't at all what I ever imagined. So with the deepest gratitude, I could sit here and talk to you guys for the rest of the day and tell you guys how thankful I am. And like Dan says, this isn't a handout, it's a hand up. I already have plans on, I've told my wife, you know, if God, because I'm sorry you guys are not building this house for me. God is. God has touched every one of you guys to build this house for us. And I want to recognize God so fully in this, that He has built this house through you guys. And I love you guys already. We do have family in Midland, and I told Dan if we could rate our family on who we like the most, the family in Midland would be number 1 and 2. Because our parents live in Amarillo. Her aunt and uncle can come over and knock on the door, and we'd open it gladly. But our parents, we would like for them to call. But we love them too, you know. But we've been in the Army for so long that it's just been, we're real comfortable being far away. We're in Alaska when I got hurt, and you know, it wasn't a roadside bomb. It was a bomb that was in a ditch. It was a drainage ditch that was 3 to 5 feet wide. I had 20 guys in front of me that I was instructed on where to go, but there's a patrol leader that you have to put in charge of the group to get you out of there. And as a platoon sergeant, for one, I was the first of 28 guys on the ground in Afghanistan, and the order of march was, hey, if you're a private, you're the first one in the door. And that was the rules. The rules of engagement were when you're going in to clear a building, the number 1 guy is your most expendable guy, so that was me. And so I'd have to go in number 1 and clear a bunch of buildings in Afghanistan in 2001. Then I went back in 2002, and one of the team leaders broke his foot. So it was up between me and a couple other guys to be the next team leader in country. And so you get your training on the ground. So they said, hey, Corporal Cox, at that point it was, hey, you're the team leader now. And so doctrine had changed in MOUNT operations. And MOUNT is military urban assault training, where you go into doors to clear rooms. And and that was 2002, 2003, and there had been a lot of research done. The number 1 guy was getting in the quickest, and the number 3 guy, where the team leader was getting hit the most. So where's the number 1 guy again? The team leader is up front, where he should be actually. And so here I am, a team leader again, and I'm going and kicking doors again. And my team is coming in behind me. So when I got to Afghanistan the 3rd time, taking up time, but I told you I could take y'all. We'll get into that later. Okay, so I got to Afghanistan the 3rd time. We just moved up to Alaska from Fort Bliss, and we were like, God, we got to get out of Texas, you know. And so we moved to Alaska, and I got hurt, of course, so God said, come back, which we're grateful for. So I get to Afghanistan the 3rd time, and my sergeant major, I walk up to my sergeant major, and he says, hey, Sergeant Cox, you want to be a squad leader or platoon sergeant? I said, hey, Sergeant Major, all I want to do is make your coffee. He said, what? What are you talking about? You can't make my, I said, yeah, this is my 3rd time here, Sergeant Major. If I could just have a little room to make your coffee, I'm good. He said, no, there's 7 other guys that want your job right now. And I said, all right, well, I'll be a platoon sergeant. So the platoon sergeant is in the rear. He has 3-4 machine guns. I had a mortar tube. I had a guy that would get on the radio, my forward observer, and he would call for fire from any other direction that I needed it. And I was the guy that set up what's called the CCP, the Casualty Collection Point. So when the guys are getting hurt, I get them secured. They come to me. And I was like, okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. I'm platoon sergeant, I got this. Okay, so I was in charge of 40 guys. I had 20 guys in front of me, about 15 to 20 behind me. And we're going down a drainage ditch, and there was 3 minesweepers in front of us. And 20 guys walked over the same spot I did. And I happened to step on an IED, and it blasted me up on my back. He's okay. He's okay. You say something? He's done. It blasted me up on my back, and immediately I was looking up from the ground, and I saw my knee pad up in a tree. And I talked to my medic. I said, hey, doc, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm good. I just need to shake it off. And that's what I remember him saying. And I'm like, hey, doc, I think I'm hurt. And he said, yeah, I got you. And next thing I know, he's telling me my left leg is already gone. My right leg was just mush. And my whole left side was blown up to my left hip. And then it continued up from my underarm up to my elbows. I had a bunch of nerve damage in my hand. And, within 15 minutes, I was lifted off the ground. But from the second I got hurt, I started thinking of my oldest daughter, Peyton, just came to my mind. You came to my mind very first thing, Peyton. And I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't your mom. Oh, I'm sorry that it wasn't you. But then immediately followed my wife and my other kids, it's just like the movies. You gotta stay with me, just stay with me. And it's like they were carrying me to the bird, and we got so much gear on, and they're carrying me, and one of my guys is just staring at me, and he's all, you're my effing hero, and you're this, and you're that, and he was all over it, and he was really there motivating me and pushing me forward to just stay with it. And, I got on the bird, and we lifted up the battlefield, and then I passed out. And I woke up, I guess, a couple hours later without a leg. And I got to speak with my wife. But that wasn't the struggle, I was getting in the bathtub the other day. And I was thinking, me and my wife, we were arguing, it's a tough time right now for us. And I was getting in the bathtub, and I looked at my leg, and I was like, how is it that this 8 inches of my leg is giving us such a hard time? It's just 8 inches of leg, But it wasn't about the leg being gone, it's about the dislocation of our family, and us, just the uncertainty of what we're going through. And from the bottom of my heart, I give all glory to God right now for each and every one of you guys. And I was not expecting this at all. And thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. What an amazing family they are. We'll go into all of this. We have plenty of time on that, but just to give you a quick little rundown, we're going to be building you a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2,800 square feet, and it's going to give you, Ross, liberties to move around so that you can. It's designed for all that, and it's also designed with some of the green building technologies. So it's going to be very low maintenance over the years. So welcome to the community. Thank you for being here.